Seamus, how are you?
I'm well, Ted. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Welcome home.
Thank you very much. Good to be home.
It's great. It's great to have you back. I'm calling in defense of Simeon there. You know, when we're working on those projects, that's Innu property. The First Nations people own that property, and I advise everybody working on those projects, present and future, to conduct themselves in a very respectful fashion, because we're right in their home zone. I mean, we're right alongside of a river that they fish from for thousands of years. We're in their native land. There's burial grounds in there. There's everything in there. So I think it's very important for everybody, past, present.
And a reminder, too, that some of those burial grounds we flooded with the Upper Churchill. Exactly. Without even telling them. They went go to see Grandma's grave, hiked out there, and then, boy, they found a pond, or a bloody big pond that didn't exist before, called the reservoir.
Exactly right. So at the very, very least, we should conduct ourselves in a very, very respectful fashion.
Yeah.
I've worked on that project, and I've got to know quite a few of the people there, and they're fantastic people.
Yeah.
What strikes me about them is they're so patient, and they maintain a lot of wisdom, teach you how to calm down in times of duress. So I tip my hat to them at all times. And Simeon, my number is at the board. If you want to phone me, I can help you with this problem right away.
Okay.
You phone Pat Murphy and phone me, and I know who to reach out to.
So if Simeon's listening, what you're saying is...
nobody has to walk in there. I know people in the HR department there that can fix that problem immediately.
Okay, that's good to know. So if Simeon's listening, you're saying call in to the switchboard. Pat here can give Simeon your number, and you're saying you know the right people.
Absolutely. I'll have that fixed within minutes.
Boy, I tell you.
It's a very, 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 very strict protocol with respect to the disrespect of personnel, in particular Native people. And I can assure Simeon that will be dealt with regardless who the offender is immediately.
Well, Ted, thank you very much for calling in on that. I appreciate it. Hopefully that'll solve a few problems.
Oh, it will. It's very, very unnecessary for people to conduct themselves in a disrespectful fashion on a job site, especially that's owned by the Native people. These people have... I mean,
and as we said earlier, I mean, we have to agree that when you're working on a job site together, everybody does have to speak, one language. In this case, it would be English, in order, for safety reasons, so everybody's reading off the same page. But if I'm an Innu and I want to have a personal conversation, regardless of work, but just have a personal conversation with another Innu, and I speak the language, I don't see the harm in that.
Exactly. I work with a lot of francophones, and I have always just listened until I'm invited into the conversation, and then I'll do my best to contribute. Other than that, you listen and you don't interrupt. It's common courtesy, common sense.
That sounds like a sensible thing to do. It was good to talk to you. Thank you very much for calling in right at this time, particularly. Appreciate it.
It's really, really great speaking with you, Seamus, and thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Good to...
Simeon, phone me. I'll fix it right now.
There you go, Simeon. If you're listening, call in. Patty will give you Ted's number. Much appreciated.